Hello. 1 second, please. Okay, this time I'm not going to be guessing the artists on the songs, but I have been given another playlist, and this one has been custom made and has been requested by Thermos. This is going to be more of a review of the songs and the playlist in general. It's a short playlist. It's a 10-song playlist, so I'm going to listen to everything. I already looked at it, glanced at it, really. It's going to be interesting. I don't know any of the songs. That's not shocking, given that it's from Thermos. But yeah, I don't really know how this is going to go because I've never listened to music with the intent to review it, you know? I don't really want to be a music critic per se. And when I listen to new music in general, I try and not think of it from a critic's standpoint. I try and listen to it passively. Well, I just listen to it passively. I just listen to it as a music, as an audience member, really. And then it's just like, what I like it or I don't, you know? I don't usually like to think about what I don't like about a song. Sometimes it's obvious what I don't like about a song or what I like about a song. But if it's not, actually try and not think about it because I think it can actually put you in a box as a listener. You can put yourself in a box in that way. Let me just do this real quick. You can put yourself in a box that way because then if you try and be like, oh, I don't like this because of this, when you hear that in the future, be like, oh, well, I'm not supposed to like this. But then there's other songs that you like that do have that element in it. So it's like, do you not like that? Or is it just a song? Sometimes, like I said, it's obvious. Yeah, sometimes it's just taste and sometimes it jumps out at you. With all that being said, I'm going to try and passively listen, like I'm listening to a new album or something, and just let the thoughts come to me instead of trying to think of critiques or thoughts, you know? Hopefully they just come, you know? I'm going to try and not force them to come. But also with all that being said, I'm going to be honest about what I think. I don't really, like I said, I don't want to be a critic. And I'm not trying to like trash people's music, I guess, because it's just taste. But I'm gonna try this out. And I'm going to be honest. If I don't like it, I'm just going to say that. So yeah, without further ado, that was a long-winded intro. But let's... very funny cover photo. I mean, they just made every good character die in this show. That's why... Whatever. This isn't a Sopranos critique. Real quick, actually, before we get into it, you might also like counterculture, shoegaze. Shoegaze is classic Thermos, so that's pretty on the nose. That's funny. I also, like I said, I had looked at it. I thought it was hilarious he has a Neo song on this, because I would never have expected that from him. The only other artist on this that I've even heard of is Wishy. I have one song saved by them, and DIIV was actually on the last playlist he had sent me that I reacted to and guest artist on. I remember that, but I don't know any other songs by DIIV. Yeah, I don't know any other songs by Wishy. But yeah, all right, let's just do it. He also requested I listen at full volume. I don't know how this is going to go for the mix. Shoegaze. Have my apple cider vinegar. It's my last apple cider vinegar, so it's kind of sad. I like that little high thing. I can't really tell what that sound is. It could be a guitar. It could be a synth. It's probably a guitar with certain effects on it. It's probably a guitar though. Okay, this song is nearing its close. I also haven't decided yet whether I'm going to listen to these songs multiple times before I finish the review. I'm going to pause that there. Like I said, I don't know whether I'm going to listen to these songs again before I finish this. And I don't know whether I'll add those second thoughts after these thoughts. But my thoughts on this one is this falls in that range of what I was saying before of like to me, this would not be a save, but I can't put my finger on why. You know what I mean? And he had said in the text messages to me, he said this song's been stuck in his head for 2 weeks. And I don't What part of the song? I'm curious about what part, like what is stuck in your head about this song? Because usually what's stuck in my head about songs is either a certain instrumental part or a certain like song melody. But listening to that song, the only thing that stuck out to me, like it just sounded like a lot of noise to me. Which I guess is like kind of shoegaze. Shoegaze is like it's like a wall of sound and a constant wall of sound, I guess. And the only thing that stuck out to me was that little high part. So it's like, and there are shoegaze songs that I like, and I don't dislike this song, but nothing stuck out to me really with this song. So first thoughts are, I wouldn't save it. There was nothing that I could be like, oh, I don't like that. But the only thing that I thought, oh yeah, I liked was that little high part thing, because it was like an accent. And I don't know, I liked that accent or whatever. All right, next song. This sounds different.
$1,000. What day comes after Sunday? You are complete in the
All right. Thermos is a coder. I could see this being like a coding montage song. Like if we're like in an Ocean's 11, theoretically, and there's just like a quick 15-second montage of some guy going nuts looking at a computer screen and coding is like flying over his face, I could see this playing. It did sound very computery. Wow, this is short. Thoughts? Yeah, that to me sounded like, as it applies to my life, that would be like a score. You know what I mean? Like if I could see that being in use for a certain part of a video, that's when I would use it. But other than that, it's like I can't really think of a situation where I would listen to that song like in leisure. I also don't even know how to describe that song. I don't know what genre that is. Not that that's necessary, but I guess that's why to me that feels more like a cinematic type thing than a song, because it's like, what was that? Like, what was that? I don't like, that was Fast and Furious, low key. I could see like once again, I'm getting like visuals.
comes after Sunday. Brian,
I think that the guy talking is kind of funny. I guess that's low-key shoegazy too, I guess. Once that ambient, once those ambient noises come in. Yeah, that's a cinematic song in my book, but in my life I just can't really see myself listening to that. Or like a situation where I would listen to that. But I could see myself putting that in a video, though, where it applies. All right, next one. Song. Whoa. I've been at this Airbnb for 5 days. I just saw a huge cockroach. That's the first time I've seen a bug in here. That's crazy. All right, third song. Like, wait. Like a Neo. Like, you get why it's shocking that Neo is on this playlist, or this collection of songs. That's hilarious to me. After hearing those first two songs in the beginning of this one. Okay, I like that drum beat. I'm just going to say my thoughts for the end. I feel like that just ends up making the most sense. First of all, I like that all those songs end abruptly. I kind of enjoy that. Quick side note, actually. that didn't have to do with that song. The reason I like that, I mean, not that I don't like songs that fade out, but I just distinctly remember I used to hang out with this kid named Jack Harrington. I think some of us that are watching this know who that is. And he's one of the best musicians I've ever been friends with and witnessed, really. He like the type of kid that can listen to something one time and then play it on a multitude of instruments. You know what I mean? Like just that type of musician. But I remember him being like saying something to me, and this is like freshman year of high school or something like that, saying something to me the effect of like it's like a cop out or something when a song fades out. And he was talking about Africa by Toto when he was saying that, which we were both like, this song's sick. You know what I mean? Also, there's a song by Tiana Taylor on her 7-song album that was produced by Kanye, and at the end of it, it goes like it cuts abruptly, and Kanye goes, "No fade outs," and then it goes into the next song. But it's not that, you know, I do like fade outs as well, but I'm just saying I think I like when songs end abruptly or on like a. But other than that, with that song, that was my favorite of the 3 so far. But once again, I mean, this is not a detracting statement. I don't think I'll save that. But that also, again, I just kept picturing a movie scene. That one felt like a coming of age. That was like a mom get out of my room type song. And that's like a montage of like main character goes through strife type thing. But actually, wait, real quick. Because I was thinking like they gave me like 90s, 2000s grunge vibes, and I just want to see 2024. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. I like when the drums come in. I like when the guitars come in after this too. Yeah, I like that. I like the drums and I like those guitars. Strife. Yeah, I don't really know if I have many thoughts outside of that. Mom got out of my room. Stressed. Actually, this is like it's not even like, it's not even strife. It's like stressed. And it's confusion. You know what I mean? Like you get hit with a piece of news that's just sends you in a spiral. That's what that song reminds me of. And then you can't see straight for, you know, however long the montage lasts. Cinematically, I would use that song. But me personally, I don't like listening to stuff that brings those types of feelings because I'm susceptible to then feeling like that, I guess, you know? Like this is like I'd scream, cry, drive in the rain to this, I guess. Pulling your hair out. But okay. But I like the drums and I like the guitars. And I think as someone like that making music, I would sample both of those actually. I really like those guitars and I really like those drums. For a song. Yeah, I mean, based on like I have a Wishy song saved. This is gonna be the most indie so far, like least angsty. I like that when those ooh come in. That ended up being more angsty and shoegazy than I thought, actually. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't even like. What's weird is that I have a song saved by this band, and I queued it up, play it next. but I have the least organic thoughts about that song of any of these songs so far, actually. So I'm going to play the song that I have saved by them real quick, and then I'm going to go back to it to see if I have more thoughts. I love this song. I think this song is fine. I saved this song at Ben and Tatum's condo. Different, right? Am I wrong? Different. Obviously, you're allowed to have different sounding songs as a band. That's actually ideal. I really like that song. This song is more indie sounding to me than this. It starts off feeling like it's gonna be indie. Still pretty indie. I just decided now I'm probably not gonna go back through this and listen again for video purposes. I may just for my own leisure, but for the video, I'm probably not gonna do that. Okay, so yeah, I don't really have that many thoughts actually on that song, and it's not because I'm harboring negative ones. It's just because I just don't really have that many thoughts on it. I'm gonna pee real quick. I really wish I had more apple cider. It's absolutely tragic. I thought I had enough too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with closing thoughts on that song, but I don't really have closing thoughts. So I'm just gonna keep it pushing. Song 4. Oh, I know this song. I wonder if he threw this. He probably didn't, because he's an integral person. I don't know if I used that word correctly, but I was wondering if you put this one in just to like throw a bone for me, I guess. Because this is the type of stuff that is more up my alley. I am more of an R&B, boom bap centered, pop centered person. Like, look. I mean, look, if liking this song makes me a loser, I'm a loser. But I'm saving this. What I saved that to was like a throwback R&B playlist. Has like Usher on it. Let me look at it real quick, actually. Fits so well into this. Entourage, Turtle. So tired of me. Like, I don't need to listen to this whole song. I know this song. I saved it. I'm gonna listen to it again, obviously. That is one where it's clear to me that I know that I get in moods where I want to listen to songs that are like that. So that's why I saved it. Like, to me, like, that's like I can picture like several situations in daily life where I will bump this, Driving in the car, windows down, on a summer day or at night, cleaning, maybe cooking, showering. Like, I don't like, that's a mood in general. That's a mood I'm in somewhat often, I guess. Not like crazy often, but what song are we on here? Bombay Bicycle. 5. This is 6 of 10. Okay. That is the one song that sticks out from the rest of these. That was like an interesting transition in sections of the song. Bald hair? Bald. That's a really, you know what I think is interesting with that? It's like, it's not on the beats that you would think it would happen. I don't think I am on the ball enough to tell you how far the beats are off, but it's like slightly delayed of where you would expect those beats to happen for a transition or just like in general. But I like that. I like this song. Yeah, you know what? That's stuck in my head. Where can a guy like me find more apple cider at this hour of 11 p.m. in Puerto Rico? I like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's mainly that thing. I still can't figure out what beat that's on. Is it on the upbeat? Is it on the immediate upbeat after the one beat? I don't know. I like that though. All right, song 7. A Dream Goes On Forever. I like that title. John Glacier. I like that last name. I like that bass. I liked those vocals right there, like those spoken shits. Is that a girl or a guy? I like that. Once again, I like that high end thing of that synth thinger. Also cinematic. That's Kevin Abstract, isn't it? I like this one. I like the vocals. I like that high end thing. It's like lo-fi drums. Yo, I've actually been thinking, like, I really like the use of that. I don't think I've really used it much, but like I've looked for sounds of like the air missile, because it's really nice to use risers and I don't know what the opposite word is, decellers or whatever. Those sounds for like transitions in songs, and I think about like the air missile sound, like the sound of an air missile, and I love that sound. Yeah, and like I'm gonna save this, but it's like I also don't know what I would do with this, because this is similar to the ones in the beginning where it's like I don't have playlists where there's similar songs like this. So I don't know where I'm gonna put it after this recently added playlist, but it's caught my attention. This is a longer song, and I already saved it. I'm gonna keep it pushing because this has been a long recording. This is another one. I'm guessing this is going to be newer, but it feels more like a 90s thing. 2000s to me. 2007, okay. This guy looks old. Skater. Skater alert. Pixies. Yeah, you could surf to this. You could pull up to the beach in your Jeep Wrangler with this. You could roll some barrels in this. You could pull up to a basement show with this. I like that guitar part. Let's hear that again. That's a cool solo. Okay, that solo pushes this song in the territory of saving it, but I don't have a specific playlist I'd put it on. So I could put it on my recently added and then figure that out later, but it's on the cusp. It's on the cusp of whether I would save it or not. Okay. Batteries at 10% left. I'm gonna save that for now, but that might, I don't know, that's on the cusp. That was a cool solo, and I can see the vision too of like, that is kind of beachy. Like, that's a crazy wall of sound, the way this starts. It's a lot. That's chaos. This was back to Mom Get Out of My Room. That's a cool cover. Okay. The drumming is pretty sick on this. But it's like, this is like, I don't know if I'm using the words right, but like, this is like kind of metal-ish. The vocals are kind of screamo-ish. She's not screamo, but like, we went 4 in a row on saves there. That was crazy. I mean, that's just such a funny photo. Yeah. I mean, that's the first, okay. I said I was gonna be honest, I'm gonna be honest, okay? This is the first example so far of, like, I know I don't like that. Like, I know I don't like, that is screamo. And it's not that I don't like it because it's screamo, I guess, but I don't generally like screamo. I don't like these vocals. What he's about to do, I don't like. Like, I want to turn it down when that part comes on. That's screamo. I was right to say that earlier. This is a long one. 5-minuter. I was hoping when it went to that pause, I was hoping it would like go into like a chill out section. It did not. It came back with another wall of sound. Okay, I honestly don't think I can get through the rest of the song. That's too much for me. Just straight up, that's too much for me. That's more angst than I'm comfortable with. Okay. Let's go to the last one. Let's just go to the last one. God damn, I wish I had more apple cider. This is so refreshing comparatively. I said I was gonna be honest. That last song, I definitively don't like. But it's a taste thing. This one's also on the cusp for me. Yeah, shoegazy. I do like this. You could also pull to the basement show with this. You could also zonk out at the basement show with this. 10 songs to bless your soul. Okay, my camera's at 5%. I liked that one. I don't know if I'll save that. I'll probably revisit this whole thing in general. This one, you know, now that I'm coming back to it, this one's interesting. Like that has clear cinematic relevance. And yeah, that's kind of the use I see in the first 3 songs. And then this one I like. These 4 songs I saved. I could see those growing on me. Those ones I like, these 3 below Neo. Neo I saved directly to a playlist. I don't even need to put that on my recently added, because to me that has just a very specific, clear purpose of when I'm gonna re-listen to that. So I'm just threw it straight on that playlist. And then the other 3, those that's gonna be like, I re-listen to those and then see where I want to put them from there. I could probably do that with this one too, but I'm gonna just like put that off for now. And then if I come back to it, I come back to it. This FN one, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, let me just add that. You know what? Whatever. Let me just add that to my chamber of scores, because that's an interesting song. I am curious to know what part of this song is stuck in his head, and that's gonna make me want to listen to that again later, actually. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this collection of music. The only one, full honesty, the only one I didn't like was Thornhill. That was I couldn't get through it. But yeah, thank you for sending that. That was fun. That was definitely fun. I kind of like this format too, where I'm not guessing songs. I would not have guessed any of these except for Neo, actually. I mean, 5 out of 10. That's a good clip right there, actually. Most of these, like literally 9 out of the 10 of these songs, maybe 8, are pretty far off of like where my center is. I do have a pretty wide-ranging scope of what I like to listen to, but in general, this is definitely on the periphery of what I generally listen to, but I enjoy that. Thank you for that. I would like to do more of these in the future, from you, from more people. That was fun. All right, I'll see you.
Every night